cut out fancy edges in the top of a card, in the side of a card. We've looked at how to position them. We've talked about the fact that they only cut on one side of the die and one edge of the die, and that they cut detail in on the other side. To really reinforce that for you and to help you see how these can be very versatile, what I wanted to do is show you how I've made this really pretty little stepper card. And that's all from one piece of card. There's no cutting or joining, and the die has done all of the work for you. That's the really clever thing about these. So to do that, what I've got is just a piece of white card, which I've scored at different intervals, and this is just scored on the A6 fold, and then I've got the same amount of space again, and I've scored it in half. So that's A6 in size, A6 in size, A6 in size, and then this bit scored in half. And then what I've done is take my doily lattice die and I've positioned it across the fold. Now I don't want it to pop out. If it does pop out, I'm going to pop it back in because I want to show you what I've done. There we go. So I've positioned the die on the fold of the card. And what I wanted is for the top edge that cuts to cut out, and for the bottom edge of the lattice that doesn't cut to stay in that little bit, the bottom bit of the stepper card there. So you can see where it folds, I've lined up this edge that pops out here and this edge that sticks out here, exactly in line with that half fold. So that was a flat piece of card. I've put the die in that position, I've run it through and cut it, I've run it through and embossed it, and then I've just gone through it with a little bit of distress ink. So now when I remove this from my card, you can see that it is one piece, so I'm not going to fold it just yet. You've got the score line that went across there. It's cut out the design, but because the die only cuts on the top edge, it means when I fold it, it pops up that fancy design there for my stepper, which looks absolutely fantastic, but it hasn't cut the shape out. So it's just cut the design into the card here, not out of, and has cut that arch shape there out of so that I can create that wonderful stepper design with my edge die. When you then move on, you use an embossing folder, a couple of flowers, a pretty sentiment. Look how absolutely fantastic that is. And I think, you know, it really does show you how incredibly versatile these dies are and the myriad of different projects you're going to be able to make. The new unique concept being one die, only cuts on the top, doesn't cut on the bottom, no difficult lining up, no 3 or 4 dies to get the effect. Pop it onto the fold line, cut it, emboss it, fold it, job's done. And it looks fantastic.